Good morning, class. In today's lecture, we are going to start the topic diffusion. As I have already introduced the same in our last lecture also, today we will do it with more explanation with the help of few examples. As you can see on your screen, that diffusion of the ink. Now, what this diffusion is? The movement of the particles from its higher concentration to its lower concentration. Over here the concentration of ink is high, here it is low, and this movement is continue till that particular point that the molecules get uniformly spread in the water and the color will be uniform throughout the liquid. This movement from the higher concentration to the lower concentration without any use of any kind of membrane in between, without any energy, this particular movement of molecules is called diffusion. Diffusion is simply movement of particles from higher concentration to the lower concentration area. As you can see over here, these particular particles of the solute start moving to that particular area where there is low concentration, or we can say where there is no presence of the solute particles, and will keep on moving that particular time till that it will equally distributed in the solution. This type of movement is random. Random means there's no such direction that it has to move upside, downside, left to the beaker, right to the beaker. So, due to the kinetic energy of the molecules, the random movement starts. And the most important, this is a passive process. As I have told you, no energy is required to take place this process. This is a passive process. So what we can conclude from this? The process by which a substance uniformly spread into the another substance by the random movement of particles from where to where? From higher concentration to the lower concentration area. And this is all because of the kinetic energy of the molecules. This is called diffusion. Now, we'll take an example which is explained in our NCERT book also, that how the gases, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide, diffuses within the cell. So, let me explain you the same. This is red blood cell, RBC. As we know, RBC contain the pigment hemoglobin which help in binding the oxygen molecule. So each and every cell, when they are going to perform few activities, in them what would happen? The waste is generated. So in the case of RBC, the waste is generated in the form of carbon dioxide, and around it, outside, or we can say the outer medium of this RBC cell is containing oxygen that is supplied from the external environment. When we inhaled, जब हम सांस लेंगे तो oxygen is there in that. So in the lungs, as we have read in grade 7th also, in lungs the exchange of gases will be going to take place from the alveoli to the blood. So blood is containing what? RBC. So RBC, inside they have generated CO2 as a waste from the outside where the oxygen is more. Now diffusion is going to take place. How the diffusion is going to take place? CO2 concentration is more inside, oxygen concentration is more outside. Now, as per diffusion, carbon dioxide will come out of the cell from its higher concentration to its lower concentration. Oxygen molecule come inside the cell from its higher concentration to its lower concentration. And this movement will continue till that particular point by which that will evenly, equally outside and inside the cell. So carbon dioxide will move out of the cell. Fine. And oxygen will come inside the cell. When the oxygen entered into the cell, this would be bind by the hemoglobin and transported to the whole body via blood. Let me explain you once more. In the case of red blood cell, CO2 and O2, they are going to exchanged by diffusion. Oxygen, which is higher outside, will move inside the cell. CO2, which is higher inside, will move outside the cell. Fine. In that way, oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged. So if it is asked, explain the exchange of gases within the red blood cell. So that is with the help of the diffusion. From the higher concentration of carbon dioxide inside the cell, it will move outside, and from higher concentration of oxygen outside, it will move inside the cell. Fine. Now, before coming to the slide, let me give you a few more examples. In the case, or we can just call it like more significance of diffusion. The very first thing that I have told you about this exchange of gases, this we have done exchange of gases. This is through diffusion. Second, in the case of plants, there is one process we call transpiration. Transpiration is loss of water in the form of water vapor. So that is also by the help of diffusion. Third, in the case of the flower, the aroma, the fragrance which we are able to feel, to able to sense, that is because of the diffusion, as the concentration of that particular chemical which is giving fragrance to us, that is more inside the flower, and it diffuses into the environment. It helps in attracting the insects for the process of pollination. Other many more substances in our body, they are going to be get diffused into the medium. It can be air, it can be liquid within our body only. As we can talk about the particular food which is get digested in our small intestine, that will diffuses the particle like glucose. They are going to be get diffuses into the blood, as the cells of the small intestinal wall, they contain the more concentration of glucose, and in the blood the concentration of glucose is less. So from its higher concentration to its lower concentration, the substances will start moving. In that way, the diffusion have many significances. Hope this would be clear to you. Now, next is osmosis. As we can talk about osmosis, this is also a diffusion. It is a type of diffusion, we can say. Osmosis is merely different in that way. In case of diffusion, we can talking about the substances. It can be a liquid, it can be a solid, it can be a gas. Moment when we were talking कि गैस भी मूव कर सकता है, सॉलिड्स भी मूव मिक्स हो सकते हैं, शुगर इन द केस, एंड लिक्विड्स भी मूव कर सकते हैं. बट osmosis, when we talk about a special kind of diffusion, only and only the movement of fluid, that is the water, in case only the solvent movement will take place. So solvent movement will take place from its higher concentration to its lower concentration. In the case of osmosis, the water molecule, they start moving from its higher concentration to its lower concentration via semi-permeable membrane. That is must to mention. Okay, as this picture is explaining that particular process, this water concentration you can see over here in this particular beaker. This is what, less or more. Compare when we talk about this concentration, you're going to be say ki more, as it is visible over here. But in this particular container or the part of the beaker, the sugar's particles, they are present. It means the concentration of solute is more compared to this particular part. Fine, there is no solute particle, no solute particle. So the water will start moving from its higher, water is more over here. It start moving from its higher concentration to its lower concentration. Fine. Osmosis is fluid movement, water movement through this semi-permeable membrane. It is must. We can see, like in this particular case, if we'll talk about this is a beaker, okay, and this is the membrane. This is the semi-permeable membrane. Fine. This particular side is containing the water only. This particular side is containing sugar solution. Okay, this is pure water and that is sugar solution. So in which particular what we'll say liquid, the concentration of solute is more? Solute concentration is more over here, solute. And as we have discussed, there will be no movement of solute. The movement of water will be here. So water is more this side. This water molecule start moving from its higher concentration to lower concentration through the semi-permeable membrane. This is called osmosis. In the case of the water absorption through the root hairs, so this water absorption is due to the process of osmosis. So that root hair epidermis जो होगी, covering होगी, that act as a semi permeable membrane. Fine. Yeah, this you can just, as we were discussing, the two condition for osmosis to occur. Without these two conditions, the osmosis is not going to take place. So the very first condition is what? A semi-permeable membrane. This one is required. Second, a difference in concentration. If there is equally concentration of water in both the sides, then there will be no movement. Hope it would be clear that you can see in this particular slide, dilute sugar, salt or sugar solution. Dilute means where the amount of this solute particles are less, and strong means highly concentration where the solute particles are more. As I have told you, what is going to flow now? Water. High concentration of water to low concentration, high concentration to low concentration. This is osmosis. Hope it would be clear to you. You can see over here also, semi-permeable membrane, dilute sugar solution. Dilute means where the amount of sugar is less. Concentrated is where the amount of sugar is more. ठीक है, ज़्यादा मीठा और कम मीठा वी कैन से कि एक पानी के भरे ग्लास में हमने 2 स्पून शुगर डाला, एक में 4 5 6 ऐसे कंसंट्रेशन ज़्यादा डाला. Fine. So the movement will be from dilute sugar solution to the concentrated one. And here you can see, due to the osmosis, the water is drawn into the concentrated solution. Fine. For today's class, this much. We'll continue the next class with the tonicity, different types of solutions, and what is going to happen with red blood cell, with plant cell the changes we're going to discuss. Fine. Thank you.